Hmm? What's up, boss? Something on my face?
Your horns. Ha ha ha.
You're staring at me looking all confused, so I was curious is all. I don't have anything to hide, so if you've got questions, ask away.
Why do you talk like that?
I talk the way I talk. What's the problem? What? I'm not girly enough for you? Man, you get hung up on some pretty petty stuff, boss.
I never said that.
That doesn't matter. I'll talk the way I want to, and that's that.
And if I started flirting with you, it'd be weird.
I won't put on some ditzy cute act just to make other people happy.
You have more personality than you do in the Japanese version.
If that's what you want, boss, then you're barking up the wrong tree.
Jesus. Give me better options, please.
I'm not changing for anyone. Got it?
Sure. I didn't want you to. I'm not sure what I did wrong here.
Now you're not doing any talking.
Bye.
Slash! 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 And one more! Slash! Ugh. This training just doesn't end.
It's not supposed to, is it?
Oh gosh, when did you get here? Hey, sorry I didn't notice you. What was I doing? Just some katana practice. Mine is still pretty green, so I'm hoping repetition is the path to mastery, or something. Plus, I promised Regius that I'd be thorough in everything I did.
So just swing it around some more.
I sure was thorough in getting him to teach me to wield this thing. I chased him down every day and begged until he finally agreed. You know, beneath that cold metal exterior, he's actually pretty hot-blooded. So I guess my wholehearted passion was kinda his weakness. Still, after all that convincing, I really don't want to let him down. So I've got to work extra hard. Even if the daily regimen is so dang tough, I already want to throw in the towel.
How do you think he got to be the leader of the Council of Six?
Greetings. My name is Huey. It's a pleasure. You may know me as Sixth of the Council of Six.
You say that every time.
I sound creepy? That's what I said. But I'm trying to be more subdued to avoid Regius's ire. Apparently there's been a number of complaints about some guy who appears out of nowhere, loudly threatens people, then vanishes.
What?
I tried explaining by yelling, "It wasn't me! It wasn't me!" But he just came right back with, "It definitely was!" A clever gambit. It's not like I can stand up to Regius either. You can't take 2 steps into anywhere without hearing about all the amazing things he's done.
Well, I don't remember you threatening me.
He's the reason the trio of heroes and Council of Six came to be. He's number 1, a living legend. He's so damn cool! Not only is he crazy strong barehanded, but he's totally unstoppable when he's got Yonohate. The man's invincible. Nothing can stop him. Regius and Maria are straight up stupid powerful. I guess that's just what 40 years of battle experience will get you. One of these days, I'm gonna go up against a badass opponent and win. I want to go down in history. No, I will go down in history.
Maybe he's more
I'm
Goku.
not supposed to be yelling right now. Until we meet again.
I don't know. He just wants to beat things up and be known as the guy who can beat.
You came at just the perfect time. I'm oh so glad you're here.
It begins.
I just spoke with one of the locals here for the first time. It's amazing. Just wonderful.
And then you shot them.
Don't you think it's marvelous that they can understand what we're saying? I mean, ARC's operatives use some pretty complicated words, you know?
Your hardest sentence to say, Risa, is "me shoot all the things."
I have no idea how those little tiny creatures can fit all that into their little tiny heads. But, being able to talk to them is so much more fun than I thought. It made me wonder what sort of noises they'd make and
There it
things
is.
they'd say if I shot them. But I somehow managed to contain myself.
They make such wonderful sounds to communicate. What sounds would they make if I blew their brains out? I mean, Risa, I'm scared of you.
Go on, tell me what a good girl I am.
Nope. Nope. Not going there.
If you don't, maybe I actually will pull the trigger next time.
Nope. No. You think she's swimming?
Is this the seabed? Can't breathe. Just kidding. I'm totally fine. Patty here. Good to see ya.
Hello, Tia here. Patty's such a pain. Let's just ignore her, okay? No one here but you and me.
Are you hitting on me, Tia?
Hey, don't be like that. The more you ignore me, the more I'll bounce off the walls.
So you admit that you're acting hyper. Okay then, go ahead and tell us all where we are, Patty.
You got it. We're in Willpaw's Underground, better known as the seabed. But, as you might have noticed, there's no water.
It was probably originally a seabed, or at least underwater. But now it's a dry cavern, which is why we're not drowning.
Hi, Max.
It said that people have seen strange facilities down here, some of which are currently under investigation.
Thing is, not one bit of info from those investigations has been made public.
Then how do you know about them?
Even though we're able to talk with the locals here, we haven't heard a peep about anything going on at these facilities. How suspicious.
Either this isn't the right time to announce it, or they never intended on going public with their results. That's not all that suspicious. Or it wouldn't be if the facilities around here weren't suddenly being destroyed. No one knows who's behind it or what their goal is.
Thanks to all that destruction, the violent enemies here have gotten even more violent and started attacking people. It's the worst.
It's too bad there aren't people around here trained in self-defense for that very, very specific reason. Oh, wait a
You better
minute.
be careful not to get so focused on your investigation that you wind up blindsided by one of those bad boys.
I'm used to being kept waiting, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Is it?
He said he'd definitely come back, but he could have set himself a time limit. I wonder what he'd say if he could see me now. Not anything nice, that's for sure. He'd be like,
Why are you trying to be a class that doesn't suit ya?
well, I guess turnabout's fair play. We've been together for so long, I thought maybe being apart for a little while would do us some good, but
Echo? He's...
seriously,
I almost dropped my controller.
go. Why haven't you come back yet?
Echo, he's a ranger who decided to go hunter. He doesn't get to complain about people being classes that don't suit them.
I miss you.
Hi.
Were you just listening to me?
Nope.
Of course not! You didn't hear a thing, right? Right?
No.
I was just saying, I need to give this whole ARCS thing my all, you know? Oh, that's right. I've got some exploring to do. Will you help me get through this area? You will, right? Okay, cool, great!
She's on full-on panic.
Could you keep my whole situation a secret from Echo?
Well, I guess we're both in the same boat now. Let's see what we can do. We've just got one goal this time around. We need to find out what Luther was up to on this planet.
Stuff.
If we head out far enough, we should find some leftover research facilities and equipment. Let's get to them while the trail is hot.
Okay.
We've been stomping around for a bit now. Is this the right way?
Probably.
That stupid Shao.
If he can't contact us, then he should have at least given us clear directions.
That never seemed like his bag. CobraCon!
Huh? Oh, it's you. How's it going? Look at that. New day, new lady. You're a slippery one, eh?
It's not what you think.
What? The path farther in? That's way far that away. Don't go there much, but I can point you there. Perk of being Wopal born and raised. Catch
That's
you
how that
later.
works. That's all he's
What
got to
just
say?
happened? Was that a local? Why could we understand him?
I don't know. We just can.
You could communicate since the start? So these creatures don't need any translation, even though the planet was unexplored? That's some kind of... No, this isn't natural. They must have been created or altered by some sort of Ark's interference. And the only one within Arcs who's capable of doing that is him.
There?
We don't need Shao to confirm it for us. Luther was definitely doing something on this planet. Seems like this was the location of one of Luther's facilities. Some sort of test site or something. He probably messed with stuff until he got bored, then just abandoned the place.
Probably. Who knows? He was probably here when it was made.
But his short attention span means we've got a trail of clues. Guess that's a silver lining. Sorry, just give me a second. I'm sending the data to Shao. It would have been nice if he just came here himself, but I guess that was impossible.
Sarah complains a lot.
Don't ask me why. I've got no clue either. Sometimes the stuff he says is so abstract, I can't understand a word of it.
That's how I feel about Shion.
Well, he's easier to understand than Shion at least. Or so he claims.
He's completely right, because I don't understand most of what she says.
Though I suppose if Shion was easy to understand, then that'd create its own share of problems.
Yeah, Luther would know about her.
Xiao's mentioned that before, actually. Shion is deliberately incomprehensible. Though I suppose if I had Luther trying to analyze my every word, I'd be vague and mysterious too.
What you do?
Basically, Shion's looking for help while their eavesdropper is in the room. They can't just come out and say stuff plainly. Doesn't help that the one who's got a connection to Shion right now seems to be especially bad at communication.
That a shot at me?
Well, what do I care? This place is different from the others. He didn't even bother to hide the fact that he was researching something here. Did he make that thing? Or did he just set it down there?
Could be both.
Either way, it's got his grubby fingerprints all over it. Oh, good. It's not complete, but there's still some data left over.
Good.
I'll take that, thanks. Mixed records on Fall Spawn and the locals here. So they've been fused. That would explain the readings, but there's gotta be something more here.
You actually know what you're looking for.
Breaking down the water's composition? Synthesizing with the planet? Was he messing with the planet itself? What the hell was he thinking? Sorry. I'm still trying to wrap my head around all this.
I'm sure.
All I know for sure is, whatever Luther was up to, it's way bigger than I ever imagined. Let's head back. If Xiao gets a look at this data, we should be able to learn more.
Do that then. But first, let's deal with that thing.
A new enemy? Let's take it down.
New is not the right word, because I've been dealing with these guys for a little bit now. Every time we drop down on Wolpal, I see one. I hit it right in its ugly face. Come here. Yep. Okay, I completed a team order for that I didn't realize I was working on. There. Should be almost down. There we go. I'm gonna need to restock. And I have a quest to turn in too, so that works. We should hide.
What are we doing hiding back here? That enemy's not getting back up.
I could sense that coming. Theodore's a Dooman.
This one's been defeated as well. It appears we're not the first ones here. Forgive me, Theodore. I thought this would be an ideal way to test your abilities.
Doesn't bother me. Now then, should I do the thing here, too?
Please, by all means.
He's destroying evidence of his tampering with the planet.
Splendid. I can't imagine the slightest amount of data will remain after all that.
If you'd like, I could blow up the entire place.
No need to go that far. To be quite honest, destroying this place was never a necessity. No matter what they learn, no matter how they play detective, Arx is powerless to stop me. They are but dancers in the palm of my hand.
For now.
Still, denying such fragile things the opportunity to dance would be true cruelty, don't you think? I've already collected all the data I need. There's a curious joy in watching them struggle against the inevitable.
I don't really understand.
You will in time, I guarantee you. Now, let us be on our way.
Gonna blow that up anyways. Just because he can.
That was way too close.
And very violent.
Think we're in the palm of your hand, do you? Let's see if you're still smiling when we take you down. Still, one thing kind of bugs me. That Arx operative Luther had with him? That wasn't Claire's Grays. So who was it?
That's one more enemy standing in our way. But worse than that, Luther's just gonna use him and toss him aside as soon as he's done. I can't let that happen again. Not to anyone else. There are enough people like us already. Sorry. Forget I said anything. I wonder if there's some sort of way to
Isn't that
save
what
him
happened
from
to
Luther's
Kuna?
clutches.
Oh, you're here too, huh? Yeah, I wanted to see Shion myself,
It's here.
but they're acting a little strange. It's like they're troubled or pained.
I sometimes wonder if it would have been better to do nothing. To let time flow the way it was meant to flow. For what purpose do we prolong your and her suffering? Perhaps turning back time to that original chance encounter and making it so that it never happened would be the best solution.
Why?
We have seen. We have judged that solution to be folly. And yet, I cannot help but wonder, perhaps if none of this happened, everyone could live happily, unclouded by this fear.
And that's not true. Because I wouldn't have been saved if you hadn't interfered. I never would have met the person most important to me. I'm grateful. I'm
Aww.
so glad that you brought the two of us together.
I barely talk to you, but aww.
I'm sure a lot of painful and difficult stuff happened to make that possible, but I'll always be grateful.
Aww.
And that's why I don't want you to be worried. I'm sure the path you've chosen will lead to happiness for everyone.
Thank you.
You want to know about the victims from when the Fallspawn attacked Themis? Which battle was that?
That was when the Fallspawn assaulted us. Even Regius made an appearance in that fight.
Yeah, and I didn't get to see him do anything.
Oh, that! That, huh? You've got a nose for a scoop, don't ya? Some Newman guy asked us about the exact same thing just the other day.
So
Too
Newman
bad,
guy?
though. Sorry. There are some things even Tia and I can't do.
Are they talking about Luther?
To translate Patty's purposefully obtuse comments,
Ah.
Theodore was after the same information. But I have to apologize. As Patty said, that's one piece of information we can't give you.
Normally, that info wouldn't be that hard to get a hold of, but we ran into a little problem.
That would be?
The list of the victims of the attack is being held under lock and key. No one can access it. A normal investigation has no hope of turning up anything. Why all the secrecy? It's so weird.
Who died other than Ulk that they don't want us to know about?
We did manage to get a report on the fatalities, but that's not quite what you're after, is it?
Don't give up, though. If you can't get it digitally, you just gotta go around asking the old-fashioned way.
That is certainly one idea, but have you ever actually gotten any info that way, Patty?
Of course not. She's not a real reporter.
Nope.
But so...
Back during the attack. I was here with Melrandia, wasn't I?
Ah. So you've noticed, have you?
A Chardalon!
I've been waiting.
What's my auxiliary doing
Waiting
here?
for you to consciously try to change history. If you've come here, then you must already know who I am.
Oh.
That's right. I'm Shao.
He just looks
Sorry
like me.
about this body. I borrowed your auxiliary without asking. I'm sure this isn't the voice you chose for it, but please bear with me for a little while.
While you body snatch my pet? That might be the most useful he's ever been for me.
Sarah and Maria are also here in this time sequence. I'll be in charge of directing you. Now please, keep pressing on. All I can do is guide you.
Which means you're not fighting.
You alone are capable of cutting open the path. Sorry, I'll have to borrow your body for a little bit longer. I'm directly hacking into your auxiliary through Shion. So honestly, this is all sort of risky.
Okay.
If Luther or someone were to search the logs, they might notice something weird going on. Still, right now, the potential rewards outweigh the risks. Many went missing in this attack, but that doesn't mean they were all done in by Falspawn. The Falspawn just make a convenient scapegoat. Come on, let's keep moving. It's only a little further.
Why? What's going on? Does no one hear my distress signal?
They're coming, Oak.
Why isn't anyone responding? Where's the rescue team? Save me!
How about I do it instead?
You're not Theo. Huh? I know you! You're that Arksop I saw in the city.
Dramatic rescue. Now I get to murder them, right?
Thank you so much.
Eventually, they'll let my character actually fight in cutscenes instead of just cut to black, stabby stab.
I was providing backup support when all of a sudden, Falspawn attacked and I was shot down. I sent out a distress signal, but no one responded. I was so scared. I mean, this is a battlefield, after all. Wait, this isn't the time to be chatty. I need to get back and return to my mission.
You can't. You mustn't go back.
Huh? But why?
Murder.
Because you're already dead. Just check the database. You've been listed as KIA and deregistered.
Why would they?
At this point in time, I'm not sure. But I think you might have some idea. Think, what exactly is so inconvenient about having her alive?
Because Theodore wouldn't go into a Yandere rampage and try to get revenge against the Falspawn for her being dead. So Luther would never be able to manipulate him into helping.
Whoever did this was willing to block the distress signal and falsify the database. Returning would only put you in more danger. At best, you'd be turned into a guinea pig and killed in the end anyway.
Then, what should I do? Joining ARCS was a lifelong dream of mine, but now...
Hide.
They could discover that she's alive at any moment. We have to keep moving. Hopefully we can meet up with Sarah and Maria soon. The problem is...
Where do we hide her?
What can you expect, really? Even I understand how much of a shock this must be to her.
No more! That's it! No more negative thoughts!
Sure.
It's not like me to be so down. I mean, you saved my life and all, so I've got to be happy about that. Isn't that right?
What? Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, this is all ARC's fault. I suspected they were up to some dirty stuff behind the scenes. Though I never thought my life would be at risk. Thanks for the heads up.
I'm not really sure it's Arx who had to do with that.
Of course. You're welcome. That's all well and good, but are you sure you're not in shock?
I mean, getting stabbed in the back like that was certainly shocking, but crying about it's not gonna change anything, is it?
What a go-getter.
So instead of collapsing into a sobbing mess, I might as well find something else to focus on. I was so excited about finally joining Arx, but it's hardly as I imagined. That's it! We'll just have to remake Arx into the noble organization we want it to be.
I mean, that works.
Xiao, I'm here. Whoa! Did you seriously hack into an auxiliary?
I mean, kind of.
You really figured that out fast. Oh, Sarah, people are just so amazing.
What? What's his deal?
He's lost his mind.
Come on, Oak. Come with Sarah and me. This isn't where you belong. We're going to make your wish come true. We'll make Arx what everyone expects it to be.
Yep.
That's not terribly convincing, coming from a tiny auxiliary. Still,
You don't
it's
know.
not like I have any better options. And trying to make my dream come true sounds very me anyway.
We've successfully revised history. I'd say it's about time for you to be heading back. Leave this one to Sarah and I. We won't let anything bad happen to her.
Alright.
Wait! Thank you for everything, really.
That worked.
Let me tell you a tale of a time long past. A tale of a foolish entity. And of a foolish person.
Stay a while and listen.
It all began when the entity, a being possessed of boundless knowledge, met the person, a being possessed of boundless fascination. The entity gave the person knowledge and wisdom as the person desired. This was trivial information to the entity, but to the person, it became the foundation of their very evolution. The person ignited the entity's curiosity.
You're talking about yourself
Though the
and
entity
Luther.
was all-knowing, it could not understand the person's heart, and so it was captivated. Thus did the entity and the person come to live side by side. They each gave what the other desired, and lived in prosperity for ages upon ages. The person was avaricious, yet indolent. They put forth every effort for the sake of comfort and ease. They used every ounce of knowledge.
What did that get them?
The entity was entertained by this unique course of action, but in its amusement, it made a grave error.
Another
Though the entity knew
divergence?
that the fruits of such indolence would bring forth destruction, it did not tell the person, because it desired to see how the person would be changed by what sprang forth. The foolish one was not the person. It was the one who knew the risks, yet did not convey them. The foolish one was I. Do not fret for me. I am glad that we met. It is an event that is irreplaceable to me.
Oh, so you were talking about me.
If it had not happened, I could not talk to you as I am now. This place would not even exist. People have told me that not knowing the future is what makes it exciting. As I am now, I agree.